Heavy disclaimer before we get into this. This is a massive spoiler and is only up to date for the latest manga chapters. So if you are not reading the manga and are watching the anime, or are still reading the manga and don't want any spoilers, I recommend that you just walk away right now. I'll be moving on in 3, 2. So to the people who have seen the latest chapter of My Hero Academia, which is chapter 362, yes, you read it correctly, and so did I. Bakugou is dead. And to be honest, I knew it was coming. At first there were some rumors about Bakugou's death, and sadly now it is confirmed in the latest chapter. I have no idea how the manga will move forward after this huge loss, but let's begin with the chapter to find out just what exactly happened. So, in chapter 362, it starts with Tamaki attacking Shigaraki with his plasma cannon, which is Tamaki's most powerful attack. Tamari is super confident by now, and he wants to help his friends with all his capabilities. Hiroshima, Fat Gum, and Mirio all motivated Tamaki, as he was always appeared to be insecure about his powers. The cheerful words worked like wonder and gave a push to Tamaki to use his most powerful attack. He against Shigaraki. He uses the cornucopia plasma cannon to attack Shigaraki. The attack was super powerful, and the effects of the attack can be seen in the next panels. Which involves the surroundings full of smoke and wrecked properties. Mirio also managed to land a punch on Shigaraki in between all of this. Najiri says why, looking towards Shigaraki, and she is super exhausted. We see Shigaraki saying how delusional they can be, and he asks, is this attack enough to kill All Might in his prime? Najiri, in shock, and Mirio and Tamiko can do nothing at the moment. While there were no effects of the attack on him, this directly indicates that Shigaraki has become unimaginably strong, if not more. He is now equal in power scale to Prime Phase All Might. This makes me so sad seeing the big three trembling down, but I know they can't do much. Everyone has already pushed their limits, but still, the threat is standing straight. And it is not their fault Shigaraki has become so strong for anyone to handle. We see Bakugou next to Best Jeanist. He tells him to take care of everyone, as Bakugou is going to take things into his own hands, or at least until Deku arrives, because someone has to tackle Shigaraki. And Bakugou is definitely not in good condition. He is heavily injured, but still he is going against Shigaraki. This is a super brave step. He says he still has to fight to win and remembers Deku, but this time he says Izuku, not Deku. Not Deku, while also being a red flag. This also shows how well their relationship has improved. Best Jeanist, being a mentor, can't let his apprentice march towards a losing battle. Best Jeanist tries his best to stop Bakugou. He even uses his quirk to stop him, but Bakugou just dashes super fast towards Shigaraki before Jeanist could even stop him with his quirk. Bakugou moves ahead extraordinarily fast as he dodges Shigaraki's attack. Bakugou can predict Shigaraki's attacks, and he moves ultra fast, and even Shigaraki was shocked at how Bakugou could dodge all of his attacks. Bakugou got this level of agility due to his cluster bomb attack. It also has a side effect that is similar to All Might's quirk, which means that Bakugou's move had a side effect that even he failed to notice. He can detonate nitroglycerin, the sweat that comes out of his palm. This causes the spheres to scatter around his body in search of an exit, and Bakugou concentrates his quirk in tightly packed spheres. This method affects the sweat glands and causes so much damage to his body. He is in tremendous pain, and he is still not letting anything stop him. He is pushing himself so far that even his body is in terrible condition. He says, will he ever be able to reach Izuku? I believe he meant in terms of power level. We all know Bakugou and his rivalry with Midoriya. Bakugou always wanted to be better than Midoriya, even though Bakugou's quirk is not as powerful as Izuku's, though this fact never slowed Bakugou down. This makes Shigaraki very angry, and with him being super annoyed, as he doesn't consider Bakugou worthy. He doesn't even have the One For All ability. Then we see the second user of One For All. This makes sense. Shigaraki is super obsessed with One For All, so when he sees Bakugou's super speed, he can't stop himself from comparing or imagining Bakugou to the second One For All users. There are also some theories saying Bakugou is somehow connected to the second One For All users. Only time will tell if this rumor is true or not, but for now, we can see some connections. Shigaraki screams die as he attacks Bakugou just before we can see the collision. We see Bakugou in a white void. This is not the vested world, but he sees vestige of All Might. Bakugo says to Vestige of All Might that since they met each other like that, he couldn't get the right moment to ask All Might as there was so much going on at the moment, which is referring to the All Might training card that he wanted to get signed by All Might but never got the chance. We also see some memories of Bakugo. Izuku is also there in Bakugo's memories, showing how both of them have matured through time. Once Bakugo was a bully who used to look down on Izuku, but now he respects him. And also we can see his love for All Might. Just like Izuku, he admires All Might a lot. Coming back to the present, the attack from Shigaraki sadly hits Bakugo. Although Tamaki, Mirio, and Nejiri rush and attack Shigaraki to save Bakugo, it looks like they are a bit late. They were just too late. Shigaraki attacks Bakugo and stabs him. We see Mirio trying to grab Bakugo before the collision, and we can see the loss in his face. They know the attack is fatal. The attack knocked Bakugo away, and Best Jeanist tried to catch him. This is too much for Best Jeanist to see his student terribly hurt, and on top of that, he can't do anything about it. The opponent is just beyond their capabilities. Then on another panel, we see some weather forecasts saying clouds have appeared in the skies of the Kanto, Chubu, and Kansai areas. The cause of the sudden weather change is due to rising heat, which might have increased due to the intense battle in the particular area. The change in the weather might bring rain, as some people in the area predict. I don't know about the clouds, but everyone who is reading the chapter is for sure crying. If the current form of Shigaraki was not enough, his body is fully aligned, or as the panel says, the Demon Lord is now fully realized. It is like there is now a new enemy as Shigaraki and All for One are now fully merged. The tone of the character looks different, although we can't hear how it sounds, but the body posture is changed, which might also bring a change to his voice. Yet he looks no less than a monster. We can see the lust to kill everyone in his eyes. This is terrifying considering now he is in his ultimate avatar. The next panels are super heartbreaking. We first see Bakugo's mom worried about rain because Bakugo hates rain. This is super emotional. This single panel shows parents are always worried about their kids, even with the smaller things that affect their child. It just makes them worried. And this panel broke my heart. This whole chapter is just pure evil. Bakugo is soaked in blood, his mouth is red, and there is a big hole in his chest. His eyes are open, but there is no emotion, no pain, just completely lifeless. And just like that, the chapter ends. This is the most heart-wrenching chapter in the history of My Hero Academia. I still don't want to believe what happened to Bakugo, but believe it or not, he is dead. There are chances that he can come back to life, however. At least we can hope for that. And one way to bring Bakugo back is with the help of Eri. Maybe she can reverse and bring him back. This will change Izuku completely, and this is what Shigaraki wanted. He wanted to see Deku in rage, in misery, and with this, he will achieve that. I can't wait for the next chapter to come out. Only then will we know if there is a chance of bringing Bakugo back or not. My Hero Academia is near its conclusion, so maybe we might see a few more casualties, but whatever it may be, all I want is a happy ending without losing my favorite characters. Alrighty everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a comment about what you thought about this chapter and what you think is going to happen next. Also, if you'd like to support me, then consider becoming a Patreon member, as it helps me keep creating content just for you. Also, don't forget to like, share, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.